Hey guys, it's Zhou, real estate agent here in the Greater Toronto area, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to create work-life balance as a real estate agent. Now, we all know work-life balance can be extremely hard as a real estate agent because we're constantly there for our clients, especially in hot markets where properties are moving super fast and the environment is really fast-paced. We always seem to be there for them because they need it, and that leads us to put the things that we want to do to the side. So creating balance is going to be key to be successful in this business, and not just be successful while doing it, but as well as being happy while doing it. I see so many agents lack the balance, and what ends up happening is they start resenting the business no matter how much money they make. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks that you can use to create a work-life balance so that you're happy while being a real estate agent and have an incredible career. So the first thing you want to do is you want to identify your life pillars. These are things that you want to make time for in your life. So for example, there are four probably, main ones, which is your business, family and friends, your spirituality or your faith, and your hobbies and passions. So once you identify these life pillars, write them down on a sheet, especially if you're visual. Majority of the population are visual learners, so it's easier for your brain to comprehend everything, and it eases the stress on your mind when you see it all in front of you. So grab paper, pen, or put it on a Google spreadsheet, but identify your life pillars. Once you do that, you want to write down goals for these life pillars so that you have something to look at and you know what to move toward. So again, for example, for business, if you want to make, $100,000 a year, if you want to have, 3 listings a month, if you want to do, 5 buyer deals a month, whatever your goals are, make sure that you write them down. So again, you know how to move forward. For, your family, it could be, I want to have dinner with my wife, or I want to be able to pick up my kids every day from school. Make that a goal for yourself, and so on and so forth. Now, once you have that done, it's really important that you understand what balance is for you. So what a balanced life is for you is going to be different from me, is going to be different from somebody else, and so on and so forth. You have to change your perception of balance from what society takes it as. So when we say balance, we typically see it as, 50-50, right? If we're talking about two things. But typically when people visualize balance, they think of, a lever, and it's, they're side by side. One's not lower, one's not higher. So if you're taking the same concept and you're applying that to your life pillars, let's say you have 4, then it's going to be 25, 25, 25, and 25. And now, while that may be, exactly what you want in your life, majority of the time, it's not really that way, especially in real estate. So for example, if you want to do, let's say $100,000, GCI in the business, you're probably going to have to put more time towards your business end than, your spirituality and faith, sometimes, your friends and family, and so on and so forth. So you may have to actually put 75% into your business and then split the rest however you want into the remaining pillars. If you want to do 75 and then you end up, just visualizing and having the perception that everything else has to be balanced, meaning the same amount of time you put into your business is the same amount of time you have to put into your friends and family and your spirituality and faith and, and your hobbies and passions, there's going to be a disconnect, and it's going to be harder for you to be present. So I'm going to give you an example. If you've ever felt, you had to, let's say, put in an offer for a client, and the whole time, you're thinking, oh, I should really be here. I should really be hanging out with my friends. I ditched them. I feel bad. It's because that you have this perception of balance that everything has to be kind of equal. I'm not saying that this is the same for everybody, but it does help when you when you visually tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna be putting more into my business than I am, going to be seeing my friends and sometimes your family. Again, depending on what kind of goals you want to hit, depending on where you are in your life, and honestly, depending on what you want. And the great thing about this is that you can change it up at any time. You can do it weekly, you can do it monthly, you can do it yearly, right? Maybe you want to make a little bit of a sacrifice in your early years as a real estate agent and not see your friends as much and be able to put 90% of time into your business, or 75 or 80 or 50. It really all depends on you. And as you move forward in business, you can switch it up anytime you want, but it helps to release the balance fallacy where everything has to be equal so that you're living a happy, content life. The next thing you want to do is be committed. Be committed to the percentage of time that you're giving to each of your pillars. This is going to be important because you need that mental commitment so that when you do the things such as, working and, maybe missing some time with your friends, you are okay with that because you've set that intentionally, and you can move forward with that and be present rather than not being present and thinking about, oh, I should be here, instead of doing what you're actually supposed to be doing. Next is time blocking and scheduling. So you want to schedule the next day, the night before, as well as you want to schedule kind of your week to month. Probably, the beginning of the month as well as the beginning of the week for that week. So schedule in the booked items first. So this is your showings that are already booked, your listing appointments. Schedule in time that, you have a family dinner, a friend's birthday. Schedule in the things that you're already committed to, and then time block everything else and insert everything else in between those times. So as you get more busy throughout your career, you may find there are times where you have to start switching things around. So for example, let's say, you blocked out 2 hours this afternoon for creating social media content, and your client calls and says, Lou, I saw this property, and I know you said that they were doing an offer presentation today. I know I didn't want to see it, but I changed my mind. Can we please go see it in an hour, right? So especially in a hot market like this, you're pretty much going to say yes because you want to be there for your client, but then you have this sort of resentment coming up because you were supposed to use this time for something else that you had already booked in that you were committed to do. So something that can really help with this is scheduling in either Friday or Saturday 3 to 4 hours of time that's specifically used for catching up. So what this is it's just blank time that during the week, things that, got pushed aside, that you weren't able to do, that kept going on the back burner for, either Friday or Saturday, 3 to 4 hours, or whichever time slot you want. It can be on any day, that you want, that you feel maybe you're a little bit more open. Block out 3 to 4 hours on those days so that you can catch up on everything that you missed out during the week that kept getting pushed back. That way you have another kind of time slot for that, so that during the week you won't have resentment, coming up for things that you couldn't get to do and things that constantly just stay on your mind and are just clutter. They're just taking up space in your mind, and that way you can move freely throughout the week, knowing that there's a spot for you, again, whenever it is, so that you can catch up on all of these things. And lastly, allow yourself to take breaks. Whether you're a new agent that's just taking in a lot of information, that's learning a lot every single day, or an experienced agent that's, out doing appointments, doing, 15-hour days, whatever it is, allow yourself to take breaks and don't feel bad for it. We need to honestly refuel ourselves and re-energize in order to give the best service that we possibly can. So it's super important to take breaks. It's super important to do things that make you happy, which should be a life pillar of yours. Like your passions, your hobbies, whatever makes you happy and fills your cup up should definitely be a life pillar for you, and you should definitely schedule that in, as however much you want to make you happy. And there you have it, guys. You know, creating balance is something that I've had to learn pretty much like the hard way. And I think a lot of agents have trouble creating balance. I think a lot of it is the perception that we create ourselves and that we try to follow. But again, everyone's perception of balance should be different. And everyone's, you know, balance of work, life, whatever, is going to be different. And we need to recognize that, but we need to set it and we need to commit to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys found value in it, please give it a little like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. If you think someone could benefit from this, please share it with them. Again, it means a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.